Hello my friends. Usually I talk about AI and comfy UI workflows in this channel and post my music videos here. Not this time. This time I'm sharing something a little different. In this video I'll show you how to write and publish an ebook. That's exactly what I recently did. As some of you know, I'm the founder and still one of the active developers of Beef Artist. Beef Artist is a fork of the well-known 3D software Blender. The goal of the fork is to improve the user interface, to make things easier for your users. Before I started the Blender fork Beef Artists, I spent many years developing games and little software projects as an indie developer. With the Beef Artists project here, I then fully specialized in UI UX design, and I simply wanted to share my experience and knowledge about it. The book is the condensed UI UX design experience from the last 25 years. So, writing this book was a real passion project for me. The title of the book is Career Changer from Developer to UI Designer. There is a German and an English version available. It is not a novel. The book is rather technical and very specialized. It is about UI UX design and what you need to know and learn to become such an UI UX designer. It covers the art of designing a software interface and shows how to put theory into practice using a long-standing open source software project as an example, our Beef Artists here. It explains many rules and exceptions of UI UX design, which mistakes you should avoid, and provides some practical examples based on the history of Beef Artists up to version 1. I know that's not the typical content for your AI users, but hey, even Comfy UI has an UI, which could be improved. Anyways, now let's assume you have written the book like I did and want to publish it like I did. First, you need to do some decisions. If you want to do it self-publishing or by a publisher, I went the self-publishing route. Publisher is of course more convenient. You don't have any further work with it, but you pay a price for it. These publishers want to make money, and you first need to find a publisher that really wants to publish your book. Now the tools. First you need of course the book content. I settled with LibreOffice for the writing part. I use it since many years. And then next we need a tool to convert this text into an ebook. Forget about LibreOffice for this purpose. It has an export as EPUB, but this is dysfunctional at its best. It doesn't open in any ebook readers. It's a dysfunctional gimmick. In the commercial world, there is Vellum for Mac. There are online tools like Reed's ebook editor. There is Adobe InDesign. There is Uto, also not this expensive commercial solution, and a few others. For free, there is not this much choice. Kindle Create, especially made for Amazon's Kindle. I wanted a more general solution, so I settled with an open source alternative, where you don't have this much choice neither. It is Siegel or Calibre, but Siegel does not import LibreOffice files and has the tendency to modify EPUB books at import, so it was not of use for me, and I settled with Calibre to do it all. That's this tool here, calibre.com. Download the Windows installer, install it. And the last thing that we need is ChatGPT. Under the hood, an ebook is made of XHTML files, and we will have errors, which we need to fix manually at a later point. Just in case, here the LibreOffice org address. Here you can download LibreOffice. Let's have a second look at the document that I have written here, the book. It has already a table of content, better said 2 of it. And I have also set it up to have no cover image. We add this in Calibre. And we don't use the normal view, but the web view. We don't want pages. Well, we have pages, but we don't want the gaps to display. I assume you have installed Calibre now, In case you want to run the welcome dialog again, to set things up, change, yes, run welcome wizard. And here you can again go through all the steps, and I have used normally generic, but Amazon is also fine. And then Calibre starts in the normal mode. Here we are. And to get your book in, there is this Add Book button. There is not necessary this button here. You can simply drag in your book into the list, and then it imports. And that was it already. We can now continue to work with it. The first thing that we want to do is to convert the books. Convert books. And then this dialog here comes up. My two monitors. Okay, no AZW3. We want EPUB. We don't need any other format. I made the mistake to also import or export AZW3 here for these books, and now every time it goes back to AZW3. We have here all the little points, and most of it you can simply ignore. We can also change it afterwards. This one is important here, structure detection. This is one of the mistakes that I did. With page break, every new chapter starts at a new page in the ebook. We don't want that. None. Set it to none. Then we have table of content. We import, so don't change anything here. All good. Also all good. EPUB output, not yet. All good, and debug. And that was it already for this step here. First step done. We have here jobs. And jobs means Calibre is busy doing something. So when it starts to blink here, down, right, then it is at working. Now let's go to edit metadata individually. And here we add now all the things that we need. A cover, of course. This is browse. Let's documents, have a look. Here's my cover. Then tags. I made me a special tag cloud. One moment. That's all the tags that I have. Let's copy it and paste it over. This ID here is the ISBN number, but we don't have any. We don't need any. Not for ebooks. This is more for hardcovers, ISBN numbers, but they cost money and I don't want to spend money. So leave this blank. The publisher are we self. Languages. This book here is in English. And we press again OK. And now we have all the information here. The next step. Right-click, edit books. Here is where you can edit mistakes. And here we have the single HTML files. So the first thing that you do here in this dialog is run checks. And we get, of course, errors. I have written me down this. This was already one of the jobs where ChatGPT helped me. You need to add sans serif in all of the lines that got moaned about here. So this is the line here. And it ends with a semicolon. We remove the semicolon and paste this in. And this we do now with all the lines where it moans. was it? Save, rerun, check. And no errors anymore. We can close here and can have a look how the EPUB actually looks like. Double-clicking here in the list at the project starts the ebook reader. My dummy project, the title arrived. We have here the table of content is working. Looks all good. And this would be already good enough for Amazon Kindle. What now follows is save to disk. I made me already a folder here. Let's remove this old try. Choose the folder. And then we have the new try. And then we have here our EPUB book finished. What you can do now is to download the Kindle Previewer, just as a second check, a second step. Download it and open your ebook with the Kindle Previewer. This tool here. And now let's have a second look for the EPUB books. Here we are. Let's drag it in. And it shouldn't throw any errors, and then everything is good. Yep, looks good. So we want to publish to Kindle, Amazon, and this is the address that you need. kdp.amazon.com. I'm German, so I am in the German subsection. You need a few things here. We need, of course, our ebook, a tax identification number. You can get it from your tax office. You need a bank account. And Amazon also wants a proof of your identity, a copy of your ID card or driver license. Not immediately. It asked me a few days later for it. And be aware that the whole process can take a while. It is not that you upload your book and it is online in 5 minutes. It takes a while. I cannot help you with the dialog here because I have already gone through the setup dialog and I can't go back to it. So this is your job. But this is the address that you need, kdp.amazon.com. This is where you register when you want to publish your book. This is the second address that we want, playgoogle.com. It is equal to Amazon's Kindle somehow, to some degree, but it takes eons. I was told that the process that your account gets approved can go up to 8 weeks. I still wait. Maybe this year, maybe next year, I don't know. With Google and Kindle, you have already 85% of the market. And you could call it a day. That's good enough. Now let's go crazy and have a look how we can reach the rest too. This is done by a publishing platform, like Draft2Diggle, for example. This one here. I have already opened the page with the EPUB validator because this is where the hate starts. The Draft2Digital EPUB validator sees things a little bit different. Let me show you what I mean. Ta-da! Our EPUB book that formerly had no errors throws error over error over error in this EPUB validator tool. And this is lots of work to do. You need to fix it all. And as told, ChatGPT is your friend here. So we open Edit Book again. And then let's have a look here what the problem is. It is about this line here. And we have here a class Calibre. This is created by this Calibre tool here. And it is not valid. So what we need to do is remove it, copy it over to all the other files where we have a class Calibre in the top. This is. I would need now to go through all the files here. I stop here. You get the idea what you need to do to fix this. Don't forget to save once it is done. Then the next problem here is we have a div container where it is not allowed. Let's have a look at the line. we have here a div class, this one here, and we need to turn it to fix it into a span. So it is as simple as copying over and replacing the div by span, and now we have a span container instead of a div container. The functionality is still given, but it doesn't moan anymore. And this is the two most common errors here. Also here, div, span, and so on. And that way you can prepare the book for Draft to Digital 2. Always fix it, then upload it again to the EPUB validator until it doesn't throw any errors anymore. The process itself is like by Kindle or Google. You register, fill out everything, add your book, and so on. As you can see, at the end I managed it, but man, that was quite a challenge. So, when you don't want the hassle, go with Amazon and go with Google. Good enough. I hope I haven't missed too many steps, and hope that you now have a better picture what you need to do to publish an ebook. Have fun!